Welcome back to the Joe Mac podcast. I have a very special guest. His name is Evan Bradley. He's a high school friend of mine. It's been over 10 years since we caught up with each other. Recently had a chance to catch up with him last week and learned some very unique things that I definitely wanted to have him back on in a recorded fashion so we could kind of share your experience. Evan, thank you for being with me, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Joe. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you. So, thank you so much. So, man, we were catching up a little bit, and you kind of had a unique perspective on your social distancing because why is that?
Yeah. Social distancing here in Virginia has been pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Some things are closed down, but not closed down a lot like other places where everything is shut down. But I was quarantined in my house for 2 weeks. Reason being is because myself, my son, and my wife all got sick. We all got the virus.
Wow.
That was pretty different, pretty interesting, I guess I would say. Was a little bit scary, obviously. I just had a son 6 months ago, so
wow.
He turned 6 months old on the 14th of this month. And we found out that he was actually the one that had contracted the virus. So that was definitely pretty scary. We were at the doctor's office getting him checked out for everything. They were running some tests, and that's when we found out. And thankfully, the doctor broke it to us very easily and put our minds at ease pretty much right away after she told us. Pretty much telling us that infant survival rate is really, really good. It's high. There's no real reason to be alarmed, which was shocking to my wife and I. Obviously, we were kind of freaking out. She said, the only way you should really be concerned is if he starts having issues breathing, like if he's having difficulty catching his breath and stuff. Other than that, she's like, I don't see why he won't be completely fine and be able to recover. Just keep him in the house, don't go anywhere, and stuff like that. And then my wife and I got sick, so we contracted it from our son. We were down and out for about 8 days. We had a really bad cough, sore throats, fever in the 101 to 102 range. It was miserable there for a little bit, but we pulled through, we recovered, and we're all doing well now. So pretty thankful for that.
Wow. Well, yeah, definitely glad that you're doing well. And just to recap, so your 6-month-old child contracted the virus, and you were coincidentally contracted as well as your wife, and you guys were so you guys had to spend 2 weeks in isolation at your house.
Yeah, so we actually ended up spending about 5 weeks in isolation.
Wow.
Reason being was my son was sick. He had it first, so we started our 2 weeks with that. Then my wife got it. She started feeling bad, so we started her 2 weeks, and then halfway through hers, I got sick.
Wow.
So it spanned about 5 weeks total. We were pretty much in the house, couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. Luckily I have some good friends in the area that were able to go and get us some stuff and just drop it off at our doorstep for us.
Wow.
It was definitely an interesting experience, pretty scary, having a newborn that's sick, but we all pulled through, thankfully.
Wow, man. So, interesting to say the least, probably. When your son was sick, what was kind of going through your mind?
Yeah, so of course, in the back of your mind, you're running through every possible scenario, all the worst things that could happen.
Yeah.
But you just try and stay positive, try and have a good outlook on it, realize that, he's probably going to be okay. You do a lot of research online, trying to figure out whatever you can, whatever stats or numbers that are out there, for recovery rate and things like that. So, your first concern is as a parent, you hope that they're going to be okay. It's not going to affect them down the road or immediately. And then your second concern is for your spouse and then for yourself.
Yeah.
But of course, you come through all the scenarios. They all play out in your head, and they kind of, keep you up at night. But all you can do is stay positive, man, and just try and have a good outlook on it.
Well, hey, it sounds like you did. Sounds like you stayed positive, and that was the obviously the remedy.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
You know, put out good vibes there. If you think it, it'll happen. So.
Yeah. But I also, wow. So I mean, so there was a 2-week time frame where now when did y'all first notice that he was sick?
So it was the first week after he started daycare. We first put the daycare at the beginning of March, and that's where they believe that he got it. He hadn't really been outside the house, anywhere else except for daycare. So, it was about it was about 7 days into March, and we realized that he started having a cough, and that's what started it. We took him to the doctor the following week. I think it was like Thursday or something that we realized he started getting the cough from daycare. We waited through the weekend; it didn't go away, and then we took him to the doctor that following Monday. And they checked him out. They said he was probably, just having congestion and stuff like that. And the coughing was probably just from congestion. They ran some tests for flu and for a respiratory virus called RSV. Both those came back negative, so they were like, yeah, just keep an eye on him. Nothing to be too concerned. If he starts getting like fever or you notice it's not going away, come back. And so that's what we did. We went back about 6 days later when nothing got better, and he just got worse and was getting a fever. And then that's what we found out.
Okay. Wow. So their initial solution was to test for the flu and RSV.
Yeah, so part of the reason that they did the RSV test is because we got a notification from his daycare saying that he may have been exposed to that respiratory virus, which is a note they sent all the parents. So that's really why we took him. And it was really before everything started getting really hectic and crazy here with the virus.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Yep. I got you. Wow. So, I mean, I think you're the first person I've met that I know personally that's had it. And sounds to me like it was a pretty quick, relatively speaking, turnaround time for the recovery.
Yeah, it surprisingly wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. It was just getting lots of rest, making sure we're getting lots of fluids in, and I'd say probably 3 or 4 days were really bad, but other than that, wasn't terrible.
Wow. So, what advice do you have for somebody that might be, might have contracted it, or might? Well, obviously, I mean, like you said, the keys to success are staying positive, having a good outlook, but also being realistic and actually looking at the numbers, looking at the stats, looking at the recovery rate, which is so much higher than the death toll, as our well-trusted journalists love to repeat 75 times in a news briefing, right?
Definitely. I mean, obviously, it also depends on your age, your prior health, things like that.
Age, prior health. Gotcha.
But, luckily, me and my wife, we've always been pretty healthy people. Haven't really had any serious health problems before.
Yeah.
We like to think we're still relatively young. So we think that helps as well.
Well, like I said, man, I don't know if it's the hairstyle or what, man, but you look 25, so yeah.
Thanks, man. I get that all the time.
Yeah, I actually got a little treat for us. I'm not really the type of dude to. Well, if I am or I'm not, who cares, right? See, look, this is what I found, dude. Check out that cut. Check out that guy.
Yeah, I'm looking good.
Looks like it was yesterday, man.
Where did you pick up that old thing?
Man, you know what? I had it closed. I searched in a drawer before the thing, and I found it, and here it is. You don't look a day over damn 18, man. So that's great, man.
Before all this craziness happened, I got carded for an R-rated movie not that long ago.
Did you really?
About like a 15-year-old kid at the booth. I'm like, dude, I'm like double your age and then some.
It's good. Yeah.
But I guess that's good for when I'm, when I'm like 70 or 80. Hopefully, I'll look like 50 or 60.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you will. Now, hey man, well look, man, I think it's really great that you shared your story. Is there any other details that you want to go over? Is there any other points? You know what I mean? Is there any other takeaways from that experience that somebody else could find value in? That's just anybody. That's me. That's anybody that's dealing with it or not. Because, I mean, obviously you had to kind of put yourself in some certain scenarios mentally and be like, hey, look, man, if this and this happens, then, I got to figure out a way to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta negotiate that. So, like, what was the process for you? I mean,
honestly, I think it's just not to overthink it. You're going to feel, not too well if you're sick, obviously. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You can't panic. You can't, think that the worst is going to happen and tell yourself it's going to happen and just wait for that to happen, and dwell on that and worry the whole time. Like I was saying before, you just, I don't know, stay positive, man, I guess, and rely on friends and family if you got them in the area. Count on them for support, or a loved one, someone you're living with, roommate, whoever you got around you, that you feel you can talk to or whatever, and just get some good support, get some good rest. And, just be there for people when you can be.
Well, it's good, man. I'm glad that we're able to get on the line and really spread this message. Anything else on that note? Because it sounds like now, I mean, so your son's back to normal, sounds like?
Yep.
Oh, it's great.
Back to normal. He's doing great. Back to his happy self, and no complaints.
Well, hey, man, congratulations. I mean, that's kind of a breath of fresh air. It's going to be a breath of fresh air for a lot of people that are going to hear the story, So, it's good, man. It's good.
Yeah, I hope they can hear it and, find a good message and get some inspiration from it and realize it's all going to be okay.
Yeah. Anything else before we wrap? I mean, we caught up a little bit last time. I mean, kind of high school experiences and stuff, kind of summarizing the past 10, 15 years, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now I'm on the West Coast, you're on the East Coast, obviously. That's that's a difference there. And trying to think, man, what I don't know. What else should we talk about before we wrap this thing up?
I don't know, man.
I'm supposed to be the professional, but it's kind of like I think that's a good, concise, brief story on that note. You know what I mean? So we can kind of wrap it up there, and then you and I could catch up offline. Maybe that's how we should do it. Thank you so much for sharing that, brother. It takes a certain type of person to kind of go through that and then kind of share it. You know what I mean? So I want to thank you for sharing those things, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man, and I appreciate you having me on. It's been good catching up with you, both on air and off air. So
because if we I appreciate that. Yeah, because if we go into it, we might get into some things that might not need to be necessarily documented.
Yep, I agree. We could be here for 3-4 hours, man, talking about some nonsense. So
Yeah. Well, shout out to Salem Woods, obviously.
Of course.
Evan, thank you so much, brother.
All right, thanks, Joe, man. You take care, stay healthy. Have a good one, man.
Appreciate you.